everyone, it's your girl, Hey Planet Girl. Hey, welcome back to a new video, and today we're gonna have a little chit chat. And this video is probably gonna be super controversial, honestly, but this is coming from me, my own stance, my own lifestyle. And today we are going to write about some really toxic advice given to people like me and my husband who are going to be new parents. So grab a snack, come on back, and I'll show you what this is all about. All right, hi my friends, how are you? So this is, I'm gonna put cream on my hands because I'm pretty sure you're gonna be looking at them for some time. I don't know how I feel about this video. It was honestly gonna be something for myself. So let's go back to the title. The title is toxic advice given to new parents, and this is my pregnancy planner, and I just went like all over it. It is from Clever Fox. If you know what Clever Fox is, you can find them on Amazon. If you want, I can link it in the description. This was like a clearance item that says celebrate. They're losing their stickiness, so I have to go back in and use some like actual glue, and then some puffy stickers from Pipsticks. Pretty much everything is from Pipsticks actually, except for like this, which I think is from like Temu, which is a washi sticker. And I think it held up really well. It's on this purple, it's like a rubbery cardstock. I don't know what it is. And then I have a little pocket here using those cute Pipsticks like squishy stickers. And then I'm pretty sure I have a 2025 Shine Sticker Studio sticker that I want to put here, and then again more stickers and stuff like that. Let me see if I can show you. So I really like this Clever Fox planner. Another time we'll go through it, but it's really neat. It's broken up into like your first trimester, your second trimester. As you can see, I got these on clearance too. I saw one day. I think I was just going to write about like how I felt, which you can still do because I wrote that down in my Hobonichi, my third trimester, and then planning. Okay, and then at the back it's called the Big Arrival. And so with planning, it's really cool. Like they have like a whole checklist of must-haves, things to buy. A lot of the stuff has come and gone, but I have it like on my Pinterest and stuff, and like the baby shower and things like that, which I have to get the invitation and put it here. So the Big Arrival, and we haven't obviously filled it out because baby's not here yet, but what we're gonna do today is write down that toxic advice, and I will come back to it maybe in a year's time, maybe in a few months time, and we will chat about it. I'm going to be using the Ransom Note sticker book. You can buy this at your local bookstore or on Amazon, and it's a literally a Ransom book of sticker fonts that you can use. It is a matte sticker. What else can I tell you? They come in different sizes. They're all pre-cut, which is great. They're not glossy or anything like that. Pipsticks came out with something more glossy. I was going to use it, but I said, you know what, let me use this stuff. Okay, so I think I'm gonna start here. I got my tweezers ready. And so the title that I'm going for is, just pulling something. Toxic advice given to parents to be. I wonder if I should, toxic advice given to me, right? Because some people may not think it's toxic, but I personally do. And it might be toxic because a lot of the times I don't ask for advice. In fact, I don't like being told what to expect or what to do. even as a teacher, like, you know, if it's like a new school year or whatever's coming up, and there are some teachers who like hunt me down to be like, hey, so I heard you're getting this kid, watch out, da da da. It's like, no, no, why are you giving me like straight up anxiety before me and the kid actually interact? Most of the time that is not the problem, you know what I mean? Like, it's not, I mean, kids have different relationships with different teachers, and it's either good or bad, depending on how you navigate like instruction, like how you navigate them as a student in your classroom. And so a lot of the times nowadays, now that I'm older, I shut it down. I would say things like, no, 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 no. I don't want to know nothing. Am I spelling this right? Toxic. And that's given me a lot of good grace in my career. And so just kind of going back to it, it's just the truth. Like, I don't need your advice. Now, this has turned into, like, ever since I found out we're pregnant, which we've been trying for like a very long time, it's like, I don't need your toxic advice. You know, maybe this is something you didn't really want in your life. Maybe this is something that happened by mistake or whatever. But like, that's you, not me, right? So I hear a lot of like, oh man, I wish I didn't. I wish, you know, blah, blah, blah. It's like, well, bro, that's you. You know, I actually want this. So, anyways. So, you're probably wondering, who's giving you toxic advice? Everybody. Not necessarily everybody. I should actually take that back. Like, not my family, not his family, my husband's family. More so like teachers I work with, girlfriends that are like supposed to be, you know, chill, like, you know, and it's just really irritating. Really irritating. I'm gonna write toxic advice like that. But yeah. And we're gonna get into some of the examples. So that way, you know what I mean. Now, of course, I'm sure you're like sitting there planning with your sticker book, or maybe you're just listening or watching or whatever, and you're like, you're going to disagree with me. And you know what? That's fine. That's fine. It's something that I have to go through and grow through to learn. But at the same time, we're all different people. And this is why we don't talk about people's parenting. You know, like at school, like if it's another teacher, obviously I'm not going to say something mean about their parenting. Of course, we talk about parenting when it's like a student in our class. You know what I mean? Toxic advice given. Sorry, I'm like yawning. I did not get good sleep last night. Toxic. Oh, that's yellow. Let me pick something else. It's been partly my fault. Like, I've been going to bed at like 1 o'clock. I don't know what's wrong with me. I really should go to bed earlier. But yeah. G. I. Oops. Totally lost. Anyways, what was I saying? I have no idea what I was saying. GIV. So I Googled this just to kind of give myself some research planning, and I was happy to see I'm not the only one who feels this way. And I know I'm not the only one who feels this way, because there are people who are like, don't listen to people, you know. And it's helpful, But then when it's unsolicited advice that is not constructive, not helpful, it's just absolutely like irritating. Toxic advice given. Should I write to me? To us? I'm gonna write to me because it's mostly like, I'm sure my husband gets some, but I feel like as women, I feel like we get it more. Yeah. I mean, again, this is my own personal opinion. I'm sure I'm going to piss a lot of people off. And a lot of you are going to be sitting on the sidelines hoping for the video next year to be like, told you so. Or like, I knew she wouldn't survive. Given to me. So I hope you're seeing the variety of the sticker book. For the longest time, I was like, I'm not going to buy this. But I did. Oh, that's too big. That's fine. To me. I don't know. I think it's because of like the matte color wasn't something I was looking for. You know me, I like shiny things. Okay, toxic advice given to me. ... as a first time mom. Maybe I'll write that in. Okay, let's grab to me. Whoops, sorry. And grab my thick marker. Okay, so this is what we're gonna do. I wonder if I should Tombow it. Just put a little bit of color. What do you guys think? Should I do that? All right, let's grab my Tombows. So I purchased these like clear, like makeup containers. You can find them at like your Home Goods, your Home Sense, Marshalls, whatever, your TJ Maxx stores. And I was just getting really like upset at myself because I had them in pencil cases and just everything was just so hard to store. So this is like perfect. And so I have like my Tombows, my flares, my jelly roll, my dot markers all in this, and it's like perfect. I just pull it out, use what I need, and then call it a day. Okay, I feel like I need a purple because purple's my jam, but I want like a lilac color. I have like two of the same by accident. I bought like two pastels and then I never like bothered to return it. I don't know if that's gonna work. Okay. Oh, this one looks... Is this the same? 655. Yeah, it is. Okay. Let's do light pastel. I'm just gonna make like a border, which I probably should have done before. It's not gonna look fancy. Okay. So no high hopes here. None. I just wanted to kind of add a little color to my page. And we will get into it. And please, 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 you know, again, I hope I'm not gonna offend anybody. And if you're offended, you don't need to stick around, okay? I'm just saying. And you don't need to write any, not that any of you guys have ever done that, write mean comments or anything. But I'm sure I'm going to get a lot of slack for this. And if I do, whatever. This is just how I am. I'm stubborn as hell. I like to think I'm not stubborn, but probably am. Okay, so that's that. We're gonna go in and whoops. Sorry, my thing is like plugged in. So like these are like my go-to pens. See that? I want something thick. I'm gonna use this black Flare pen. I might use this dot marker. I think that's what I'll do. Sorry guys, my phone, my like camera is charging. Okay. I might go in with stickers. I'm not sure. Okay, so first of all, I'm gonna preface this one more time. This is advice given to me as a first-time mom. If you want to defy it or prove it or whatever, I suggest, sure, you can write me your opinions down below. However, I am writing this list to kind of just clear my angst, I guess, and also we'll come back to it in a year or so when baby is a year, and then we'll talk about it. Okay, maybe we'll revisit this list every now and then. Okay, so the toxic advice given to me is from, like, I wonder if I should preface this, like, let me get a different flare color. Go back in with a purple. Like friends, other teachers. I'm gonna say teachers because that's like who I work with. Other teachers who are moms, and also people who are not parents. Okay? Alright, so let's go. Here we go. So, one of the advice that people give to me is sleep when the baby sleeps. Okay? Sorry, I hope my writing's not loud. So, I mean, I think this sounds great. Okay, great. But me knowing myself, I'm not that type of person. Like, I have a hard time even, like, napping through the day. But, sure. Okay? We're going to take that. We're going to take that with a grain of salt. I wonder if I should write how I feel. No, let's just write the advice, okay? And then we'll come back to the conversation, okay? Next one is, are you going, ooh, my writing's looking bad, going to breastfeed? And I think I mentioned this before, where someone asked me this and I was like legit 3 months pregnant, and it's like, I don't know, like, I'm pretty sure you're supposed to have the baby first and then try and figure out if you can breastfeed, because in a perfect world, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. That is my goal, but I don't know what baby's gonna be like. Okay. Another one is you're having a baby, say goodbye to your social life. Okay. I'm already very much like, I love being alone. You know what I mean? And I'm not very social. Like, it's not like I have a group of girlfriends and we meet up once a week or anything like that. So, I mean, that's just like, it's like, again, it's like you don't know me. You know what I mean? Okay, let's write, say goodbye to your social life. And even before, it's like my husband and I, we enjoy each other's company. Like, he's like my best friend. And if I make time, or if people want to make time, I make time. I find people with children and friends, they're the ones who are like fencing off themselves into like, no, I don't have time. No, I can't see you. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. Next. Like, you must follow, and let's like insert like parenting trend. Or you'll mess up your kid, or you'll mess up. Whoops. Oh man. Boop, boop. I hate, by the way, I got this whiteout from Stationery Pals. It's not the best. Or you'll mess up your baby. So one of the trends is like gentle parenting. I can tell you right now, I don't know about this gentle parenting nonsense. If anything, in my personal life and experiences, there's a lot of things I wouldn't do, like how my parents set me up growing up. Like, I come from a West Indian background, right? So I'm like an Indian background. And like, as much as some of the things did not work, some of it did. You know what I mean? Like homework, like how to read, like how to focus on your books. Like, I mean, it's, you know, and even as a teacher, like, I've met parents and overheard parents where they're like, I don't have time to do that at home. That's your job, right? They're directly telling teachers, like, I don't have time to read to my kids. That's your job to teach my kid to read. So it's like, oh, you know what I mean? So this gentle parenting or whatever advice, it's not happening, okay? In my opinion. Okay, number 5. Newborns don't need routines. Okay, that's another one. Newborns, do you see how like my printing sucks? Oh my gosh. Newborns don't need routines. This is why I like writing on graph paper. Don't need routines. I think that's just silly. Okay, like, again, going back to the teacher and me, like, yeah, there's routines, but at the same time, things happen off on a whim, and it's just being like chill with it. And I'm very freaking chill, right? So again, it's like, I don't need you to tell me about a routine, or, you know, it's like, I'm pretty good with the flow. If things happen, they happen. It's not the end of the world. Okay. Okay, this one's a big one. So a big 6. Okay. People are telling me our house is going to be messy. I'm going to add the second part, number 7. Like, are you serious? That is the worst advice ever, honestly. I think that has a lot to do with you, your own structure, how you let things go. And I'm not saying this because like everyone's now pretending they have ADHD and OCD. I really do have OCD. I'm on like medication for it. my house is the way it is because there's limited things. And so I have learned to organize things or be cool with things because I have things put in place, like baskets, like, you know what I mean? And if it gets messy, I'm fine with it. But at the same time, the whole house, both floors, all the rooms are not a playpen. Okay? Because even myself growing up, I never treated my parents' house like that ever. I think if anything, I used like the dining room and my bedroom with like my little play imaginative whatever. You know what I mean? But I always had my parents tell me, you know, you gotta clean it up, can't leave it here. And that's the way it is. You know what I mean? So this whole like my house is gonna be messy. Like, are you telling me a little kid is going to just like be destructive? Like, no. Okay. There are things I'm gonna put in place where they're not gonna be destructive. There's not gonna be open paint. There's not gonna be like random ass things that can make it. I don't know. I'm just like, that really irks me because people come into our home and they see the gray walls, the white trim, the da da da. It looks like a freaking museum, but it's like, what's gonna happen? You know what I mean? They're making it seem like my our kid is gonna be like wiling out. I don't know. It's just, oh, it's so irritating, that one. Okay. Along with that is say goodbye to having a clean home. Say goodbye to having a clean home. So like, again, advice like you're not gonna have time to do the dishes. Say goodbye to like the floor being swept. I don't know about you guys, but even as a kid growing up, my parents, we had a clean house. My brother had chores, I had chores. As a baby, okay, there's a lot of like attention, but at the same time, I'm not doing it alone. Like, I have my husband, I have his mother-in-law, my mom, my dad. Like, we have people. And Saturdays is, even now, it's laundry day. You know, I like to wake up in the morning, start the laundry, have the laundry going throughout the day. It makes it feels nice. Now, will that change? Maybe. Maybe laundry instead of Saturday mornings will be every day. I don't know. But this whole like say goodbye to having a clean home, oh my goodness. Again, I think that's what you set precedent in your home. And I just think that is so unhelpful. And it honestly drives me crazy because it's like, bro, like that's you, boo-boo, not me. And it's like people love to act like having a baby means living in a total chaos, like forever. And of course, things might get messier and tidying up might take more planning, but it doesn't mean our home has to turn into a disaster zone. Do you know what I mean? As I'd like to say, it's not like a warehouse sale, a shoe warehouse sale. Anyways, let's see. One person said, this one's gonna throw you guys off, I'm telling you. One person said to me this week, I had some girlfriends over, you're not gonna have time to brush your teeth. What? Okay. First of all, if I don't brush my teeth, I get like nauseous and sick. Okay. You won't have time to brush your teeth. So you're telling me, a tiny human, who of course needs looking after, that's going to be every second and minute of the day? You know what I mean? Sure. But at the same time, again, I think this is just like so like giving up your life. You won't have time to brush your teeth. And I was like, what the hell? And she's literally like going on about this passionately and how the only time she could brush her teeth is if the baby was sleeping or if her husband took the baby. No, sir. I will have time to brush my teeth. And another one along with that, which gets its own bullet, is you won't have time to shower. What the heck? You won't have time to shower. Again, it's like, maybe for you it was hard, maybe it was you on your own, or, you know, but I would like to think I have the help to do some of this stuff. So yeah, that's just like really annoying too. It's like, you know, maybe I don't need to shower every day, but like something's gonna happen. And plus, I don't even take that long in the shower. But as long as I'm able to like soap all the areas and it smells nice, I'm good. You know what I mean? Okay, another thing. By the way, I wrote down a list so that I wouldn't keep you guys waiting. So I just think it's so exaggerated. Just going back to 8 and 9, it's so unhelpful. It's such an unhelpful thing to say. And yes, a newborn life can be busy, but I will find time to brush my teeth and shower. It may not always be the perfect time, but like, it's not like I'm gonna forget basic hygiene. Do you know what I mean? And sometimes it's adjusting my routine. You know what I mean? Like, oh my gosh, it's just wild. And then there's things like baby carriers and things you can wear. Anyways, people just love to make parenting sound like it's pure survival, but we will figure it out in a way that works for me. And these comments are just making me like anxious and truly rolling my eyes. I especially shut down the clean home because my friend was like, look around, like seriously look around, your house is never going to be like this again. And I was like, what the mother? Like, I even said it. I said, okay, stop. I said, no, you're wrong. Okay, number 10. You will need an SUV or van. Okay, so this is like close the pen time. The amount of people who have told me this are pure idiots, okay? Pure idiots. I'm just so annoyed. Okay, first of all, so you're telling me vehicles are made and only if you have an SUV and a van, you can have a baby. Is that what you're telling me? Does that make sense? No. Okay? Also, like, my car is, okay, it's a Mercedes. Okay? It's red. It looks like a coupe, but it's definitely not a coupe. Okay? The what do you call it? The trunk is huge. Okay? And the back seats are really good given space. Okay? And these friends are telling me that the car seat won't fit. The baby won't fit. The stroller won't fit. Like, are you out of your effing mind? Like, first of all, they do. Okay? Google it. And it's just like, are you insane? Okay? Next is like, my husband has a truck. Oh no, that's not enough room in, like, because it's a 4-door truck. And I made sure, like, when my husband was buying our truck, I even told him, I said, I have a feeling like we should get a 4-door truck, not a 2-door truck. You never know. And plus, it was perfect for like also like groceries, and it's just like an easy go-to. And lo and behold, guess what? The car seat fits. Guess what? SUV, van, sure, your car seat will fit, but it also fits in my freaking Mercedes. Like, it's like this whole like thing about having an SUV and a van. Like, why? Such stupid advice. Sure, maybe if you have like 5 or 6 kids, maybe if you have 2 or 3, sure. But right now we just have 1. Okay? And I'm like, I'm telling you, it's fine. It's, you know how many people I see on the road with kids on a 4-door sedan? Okay? It's fine. And that just like really pisses me off. Plus, I used to have an SUV. I had like a RAV4 with like the tire on the back. And I didn't like it after a while because people used to call it a van, and it's like I never had kids, and so I'm like, I don't want to like be driving around looking like I have a van. So I got like Mercedes. Do you know what I mean? Hey there, sorry about that. So let's get back to it. Okay, ranting done. I think you all get it, and especially this nonsense. Okay, yes, I have the baby on board sign. So does my husband. It's gonna be fine. We don't need to own an SUV and a van. Okay, end of story. End of story. Okay, the next is you're gonna have to put away fragile things. Okay, now put away for sure. Okay, I'm gonna give them that. But like, why do you need to say that to me? You know what I mean? It's like, I know I have like a vase here, maybe something a toddler height, but as a newborn, they're not going to be pulling shit off the shelf. Do you know what I mean? It's like my picture frames or whatever it is. Yeah, of course, but at the same time, it doesn't mean you have to get rid of everything that brings you joy. You know what I mean? So like in our basement, we have a game room, and there's like a gym, and I have like my gem Barbie dolls, right? Baby's not going to go down to the basement. Um, until they're probably of age to be there where it's okay. And plus, it's not like that's a place where I spend a lot of time. I mean, my husband does, but like, it's so ridiculous. Also, there are these like, I don't know, doors, because when we bought the house, I did not want open concept because I lived in a condo with open concept. And so like the kitchen has doors, the dining room has double doors. Oh my goodness. Anyways, I just can't. Okay, next. 12. You have to get rid of your coffee table. Are you freaking kidding me? So, our coffee table, yes, it's glass, but at the same time, like, they're like, oh, you gotta buy bumpers and this and crap, right? I have a friend who he was just basically like, yeah, that was a waste of time. We bought all this baby proofing stuff, and his little boy obviously never bumped into it, but he pulls it off and he plays with like the styrofoam or whatever. And one of my girlfriends said she gave away her coffee table for that exact fact, and I was like, are you kidding me? And when I speak to my family, they're like, they never did that when I was a baby, or with other kids, or like my aunts and stuff with their kids. It's like, just like chill. You know what I mean? I don't know. That just like really rubbed me the wrong way. So dumb. Dumb, dumb, dumb. And people love to act like babies are like tiny wrecking balls from day one. And it's like, newborns aren't crawling, okay, and pulling things off the shelves yet. So it's like, I don't need to baby proof the whole house overnight. In time, and again, this is my opinion, in time, we will have time to adjust as baby grows and becomes more mobile, okay? I get it. Like, some parents go all out baby proofing, while others just make small changes. And I feel like it's just totally up to yourself and how you parent. Again, going back to how you parent. If you want to keep your home looking like adults actually live there, that's what we're going to do. But if you want to have that balance between safety and not covering everything in foam, that's you, boo-boo, right? I don't know. I'm just sort of a wait and see kind of person. Truly, I am. So far, I feel like, I guess number 13, which is really uncalled for or asked for, is just I'm just going to write it down like blowouts. It's like nobody needs to know your stories, you know? Like I don't give a damn. Like I don't need to know about like your diaper changing horror stories or whatever, like, or your projectile vomiting stories. Like I don't care. I don't care. Let's do bracket gross stories. I don't care. What else? What else? Same thing with like violence stories. Again, and I think that comes down to like your own parenting. You know what I mean? Like I have a girlfriend and she lets her daughter hit her like all the time. And then she complains and cries about it. And it's like, well, you're the one letting her. You know what I mean? And clearly your gentle parenting is not working. I don't know. That's my opinion. Of course, I don't say anything, right? Because who am I to say something about someone's parenting? So in my world, in my head, or what I share with my husband, you know, we talk about this stuff and it's like that would never apply. You know what I mean? Parenting choices. All right. Other than that, I am not sure. Did I write about hobbies? Oh my gosh, I did not. Did I? You won't have time. Talk about hobbies. You won't have time. And insert hobbies. So that would be like planner, stickers, for my husband, golf. What else? Collecting. Watching TV. Movies. You know, like that is probably the worst unsolicited, annoying advice ever. It's like, again, maybe you don't have any real hobbies. Maybe you don't have anything that's your go-to, but I feel like we're still able to make time for it. And I'm going to be really frank here. I feel like I'm a very selfish person and that I will make time. And again, I just kind of go off the things like my parents, you know, like my mom and what she did to like not lose herself, what my dad did to not lose himself. And it's like, you will make time. Also, I truly believe in like imaginative play. I feel like, you know, a lot of the times I see this in my line of work, but I also don't see it, where a lot of parents, actually, I wouldn't say a lot, few parents, they feel like they have to preoccupy their child's time 24/7. You know what I mean? With activities and hobbies like karate, dance, drawing, you name it. And it's like, let your kid use their imagination. You know what I mean? That was the best part. I love that. And anything else? What else? Oh, the sign language. I don't know. I don't know about that. The sign language for like milk and more, it's annoying. And that's not something myself or my husband's willing to go through. We might have different actions. But Like, come on. Like, it's, oh my gosh. Using ASL, it's just like, oh my gosh. Anyways, that's just my opinion. Anyways, I don't want to offend anyone. If this is something that you've done and you can speak from experience, I'm really, really, like, proud of you. And, you know, but at the same time, I know me, and I have a feeling it just comes down to, like, you, the supports you have, and what you're willing to compromise on and not compromise on. It doesn't mean you're a bad parent. I think what it means is that you're setting boundaries, and it's okay to do that. And, you know, I'm feeling quite confident, probably because I am an educator and I've worked with kids and I've seen different behaviors, and it's just, I know it's different when it's your own, but at the same time, I don't think it's that different. But you know what? We will wait and see. You guys can come back in a year and do the I told you so. I will update you guys for sure. And I'm just going to write a little note. In a year, so when baby is born, not sure when, in a year, come back and speak on it. Okay? That's a promise. That's a promise. There's something chunky under this. What is it? Oh, some Pipsticks. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I know it was like maybe a little heavy. I don't want to offend anybody, but at the same time, guys, I think, like, you know, it's all up to you as a parent. So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you don't like the video, don't worry to give it a thumbs down. And yeah, I don't know. This is just my toxic advice that has been given to me as a first-time mom-to-be from so-called friends, people who are not parents, and people who are like my teacher colleagues who are moms. But yeah, this was kind of cathartic. Anyways, I'll talk to you guys soon. Have a happy day and happy planning, and thanks for like chilling with me for this almost like 48 minutes, 50-minute video. I really appreciate it, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Love you. Bye.